Welcome back to the Fragrance Fraternity. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're out there smelling and feeling great, wearing some of your favorite fragrances. You know what doesn't feel great though? To be underappreciated, underloved, unrecognized. Sometimes I just want somebody to notice me, please. That's what's going on. That's the problem here with these 10 fragrances. They just don't get enough love, not enough people talking about them. So we're gonna change that right here with the Fragrance Fraternity. Let's get it started, everybody, with Calvin Klein Defy. This is Defy Eau de Parfum. Now, the reason this one gets hate is because this could seriously just be its own line. It doesn't smell anything like Defy Eau de Toilette. In fact, if you were to smell those side by side, you wouldn't even think that they're from the same house, let alone the same fragrance line, because of the scent profile. It's so different. What you're getting here is a predominant leather-based fragrance. And admittedly, leather is not a note that I love or one that I gravitate towards a lot. But the way it's done here, it's done in a mass appealing type of way, an easygoing way, an easy to pull off type of a way that even a person who's not super into leather fragrances can dabble and get into it. And the price point on this fragrance has come down a lot. I actually scored this one for $28. And at that lower price range, the oil quality in here, as well as the performance that you get with the overall scent profile, it's worthy. It's worthy to be worn by the great gentlemen of the Fragrance Fraternity. So I think you guys should check this one out if you want to dabble into leather, or maybe get a leather that's not going to be super hard on the nose or hard to pull off. Calvin Klein Defy gets way too much hate, and I think it's a good fragrance. I just think from a marketing standpoint, it makes no sense, and that's kind of part of why people don't enjoy it as much. The next one we have on this list is Banana Republic Metal Rain. I could seriously include anything in the icon line in this list and it would work, but I just went with Metal Rain because right now it's my number one favorite of the whole line. It's a clone of Creed Silver Mountain Water, so it's got that airy, ozonic, fresh, refreshing type of a scent profile DNA that works so well in the summer. And I actually pick up a little tiny bit of Millésime Impérial as well, a little bit of that saltiness just sprinkled in there, but overwhelmingly this is Creed's Silver Mountain Water, at least Banana Republic's take on it. Don't expect the same quality as a Creed fragrance, but for $25, you're getting the quality of a $60 to $80 fragrance in that range. And I know a lot of people really love this one who know about it. So try it out. And for $25, it's worth gambling on if you have to blind buy it, because it's a really great fragrance and gets so under-repped for how good it is. Really, they all do. The next one we have is Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Blue. First Instinct Blue, in my opinion, is the best blue fragrance that you can buy in the $20 or under range. So that's really saying something. The only downside with this fragrance is the performance, but just going off of the scent itself, the scent profile, it's absolutely beautiful. I get similarities to Ralph's Club, the Eau de Parfum, just the way that the powderiness and the dustiness comes across in this one. But it's a mass appealing, easygoing blue fragrance that is very appealing, very, very appealing. And for the price that you pay, it's incredible. So if you happen to check this one out, and performance is not the end all be all for you, if you like to just wear fragrances around the house, this is one I wear around the house a lot, or when you're just chilling at home, more so for yourself versus you need something that's going to project for others, check out First Instinct Blue. It's a great, great scent, especially for the price. It's really incredible. I have gone through already 2 bottles of that stuff. All right, next one. This was my scent of the day, and I recently featured this in the post. This is CK Eternity Flame, one that I swear nobody talks about. And it is just like a forgotten flanker. And I can understand why, because if you buy this, you may think that you're going to get a spicy red fragrance, similar to maybe a Spice Bomb or a Spice Bomb Infrared, something like that. And it's nothing like that. So the name is a little bit deceiving, but I think if you know that going into this fragrance, then you're going to have a better time enjoying it if you're going to go into it not expecting something of that really spicy vein. So this one smells to me like a hot tamale. So it's more of that sugary candy type of spicy, I guess, red hot tamale type of sugary candy DNA. Really what it is though, as far as comparing it to other fragrances, is if you took Eros, the Eau de Toilette, and you made it a more aquatic, fresher version, it's basically Eternity meets Eros. So you get the citruses from the original Eternity, and you bring in a little bit of the sweetness of the Eros without having it become kind of too heavy or too rich. Like the tonka bean and the Eros can come across pretty heavily, pretty rich. So this is sort of Eternity and Eros blended, a more aquatic type of a version of Eros. The amberwood is the most prominent thing that comes across in here, but I'm really enjoying this one. Not so much a summertime fragrance, however, in the cooler nights or maybe on the days where it's not super hot, you could pull this off, but I can't recommend you to wear this one in the summer just because it does fall into that fall/winter time category more so, but it's a great fragrance. I got this for $30. I'm very happy with it. And lately I've been wearing it more than Eros just because Eros can be a little bit overwhelming. So I appreciate something with a bit of an aquatic, fresher take on it. The next one up we have is Terre de Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver. So this one doesn't get as much love in the line as I feel like the original does, and I know the new Eau Givray is getting a decent amount of hype, but this one tends to get overlooked, and it's actually my favorite one in the line. I would say if you really enjoy that bitter orange earthiness type of thing going on in the original Terre de Hermes, this one's probably not for you, but I didn't enjoy that. That turned me off from it, which is a little bit hypocritical to say, I know, because that is basically the essence of what is Terre de Hermes. But it's your money, just like it's my money when I spend something, and you should like what you get. You know, fragrance snobs, sorry guys, like who cares? These are your fragrances and no one's gonna judge you, or they shouldn't at least. So Terre de Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver, if you can get your nose on it, I recommend you check it out. It removes some of that bitter orange aspect of the original, and it brings in citruses to sort of replace that, make it a little bit friendlier on the nose. It's a very woody based fragrance here with a strong, obviously, vetiver note that's very pronounced. So this is also a good way to see if a very vetiver forward fragrance is something that you may be into. This one's very classy, very upscale, very gentlemanly. So in a formal situation, that's one that really comes to mind for me. The next one is also from the House of Banana Republic, and this is one that I swear no one talks about. Slate Arctic, guys. Banana Republic's Slate Arctic. I can't even find the notes on this one on any of the various sites. So if anybody happens to find the notes on Slate Arctic, let me know. I would love to know what's actually in there. As far as what I can smell, it's just a really strong lavender fragrance. So if you enjoy lavender, masculine type fragrances with a touch of sweetness, this is gonna work well for you. It's actually a really good performer and a great projector. Works really well in the evenings, in the cold, all of that. I think this could even work in the summer. It's got some of the Invictus Aqua inspired type of DNA in there, as well as some of the smokiness from Aventus and some of the Ambroxan. So I can't say for sure what's in there, but to my nose, that's the best way I can describe it. It's a beautiful fragrance, and it's a compliment, puller, whatever, however you want to describe that. I tend to not like to use that word, but that's a whole nother video because, you know, you could really get a compliment with any fragrance, but I don't want to go into a tangent right now. Slate Arctic is a great fragrance, so, and it's only, I think it's in the $20 range, and it's great quality. The Banana Republics are cheap, great quality fragrances all around. The next one we have on this list, True Religion Drifter. I don't have anything in my collection that smells quite like this, and I was really impressed when I picked it up. I wasn't expecting much. Just based off a True Religion, you know, a clothing designer type of a fragrance. Didn't have high hopes, but it exceeded my expectations a lot. I think I got this for $18, and it is so fruity fresh that it's crazy appealing, just crazy appealing. If you like fresh and sweet fragrances, but you want something that the fruitiness is really emphasized, it smells like a bowl of fruits that you just smelled, and you just gathered a bunch of different berries and you just took a big smell of that with some added freshness. Decent performance, really nice projection here as well, and for the money, if you want a fruity fragrance that doesn't come across too feminine but is very appealing and works in the summer, True Religion Drifter is a great choice. I'm really happy with this one. Every time I wear it, I always get that same feeling of like, damn, this is just good. This is just so good every time. Next one up is a more practical pick. This is Hollister Canyon Escape, everybody. This is essentially Montblanc Explorer, but even for less money. Same quality, same performance, same projection, pretty much the same scent profile, just less money because it's from Hollister. And it's great. Love it. It's my favorite version of Aventus right now, the one I've been reaching for more so than Black Walnut Legend, which is a little bit smokier. I've been going with Hollister Canyon Escape, and this one doesn't get enough love because it is newer, and I don't think it's had enough time to really get the hype it deserves. So I'm just here to push it along. So if you want a good Aventus clone and you don't already have Club de Nuit Intense Man or Explorer, and you're just looking to get an Aventus clone, you could save some money and you're gonna get a pretty good product here with Canyon Escape for 20 bucks for 100 ml. Definitely doesn't smell cheap. Doesn't smell like a cheap $20 fragrance. Like some of these, just because they don't cost that much, like I don't put them in here if I think they smell cheap. There's some less expensive stuff that I just think smells too cheap, but these are all solid. All right, next one, two more, here we go. This one is Legend Night from Montblanc, one of my personal favorite date night type of fragrances, evening out type fragrances. I really love Legend. It's one that I wore a lot growing up. I'm really into the EDP right now, and I really like Legend Night as well, even though this one I would say departs from the DNA the most. I was just thinking Legend Spirit does depart actually probably the most, but this one also kind of departs from that DNA. It's more of a cardamom vanilla type of a fragrance, but the way the vanilla is done in here is very appealing, and it's not, I don't get the Vicks Vapor Rub smells that I get from some vanilla fragrances. It's really just sexy and appealing and really great. A little bit spicy. Yeah, it's a great date night fragrance, and it's not that much, and it gets overshadowed by the EDP and by Legend Spirit because those are fantastic releases too, but don't sleep on Legend Night. If you like date night fragrances like La Nuit de l'Homme, the one EDP, if you like Le Male Parfum, stuff in that vein, Legend Night's gonna be right up in that alley and you're gonna really enjoy it. I really like those type of fragrances too, so Legend Night's a great one and doesn't get enough hype. So let's hype it up, let's make it a hype beast, or not, whatever. Last one, here we go. 212 VIP Black. So good, guys. No one talks about it. I'm talking about it. That's the theme of this video. You get a magnetic cap. It's vanilla, but it's a black vanilla, and it's a little bit boozy. It's got some sweetness in here. It is, I would say, a clubbing type of a fragrance. Enormous projection, good performance. It'll just grab you. It'll really just encapsulate you, and it's semi-unique. It's got a little bit of the absinthe vibe in there with maybe also a sprinkle of black licorice, but it's not overly heavy in the black licorice. It doesn't smell like a shot of Jägermeister or anything like that. It's just a little nuance, little sprinkle of it that's in there. And it's one that I fell in love with and I still love. I always keep it in the forefront of my collection so I can grab it and spray it because I reach for it so much. It's really one that's It's really pulling on my heartstrings, guys. It's really captured me. I'm really loving this fragrance, man. Yeah, as much as you can love a material object. 212 VIP Black. It's a great fragrance, guys. It's a really good one. And no one talks about it. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Give me a hidden gem if you care to share, if you don't mind. Let me know what is the #1 hidden gem in your collection that no one mentions online that you think the world needs to know. This is a great fragrance. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Coach Green, it's coming tomorrow. Can't wait. Let's go.